some really good questions. So I'll record it just in case people are late hopping on. Kiana, did you have anything you wanted to start with, or do you want me to just hop in? Me? All right. Okay, so first of all, you guys had some really awesome wins, which was great. So, like a lot of them. So getting a bunch of responses, seeing names on the top enrollee list, that was super cool. I think that our team had like 4, maybe 6 out of like the 6 spots. So I don't know how many names there were, but that was awesome. Daily action, signed an LC, getting more personal conversations with potentials, signing up people that run like I do. So many potential DTs, 10, and I hit 1,400 followers on Instagram. So that is awesome. Those are all super great ones. So congratulations, guys. That's awesome. And then I wanted to ask you what you're struggling with most in the business. So and Kiana and anybody else on here that wants to like dive into these can too, but since I'm kind of like the really logical person, I could probably give you like a really matter-of-fact answer for all of these. So we can start with that, and then maybe Kiana can like come in with a little bit of yellow or red, like round out my edges a little bit. So the first response back was, what are you struggling with most of the business? Is being confident in finding customers who actually want to buy something. Yes, you will always struggle with that. I'm in 2.5 years and I still struggle with that sometimes. So totally normal. As far as your confidence goes, personal development every single day. And then finding customers who actually want to buy something. It's just a numbers game. It's totally a numbers game. You can talk to 100 people, maybe 5 people will text you back. 2 people are interested and 1 person actually buys and the other one blows you off. So like, it's just a numbers game. You just have to keep talking to people, keep talking to people. Just know that there's, how many people are in the world? Like 7 billion now or something insane. There's 7 billion people in the world. Oh my God, I know. I've been going to the water park too much. I'm about to turn black. Thank you, Caitlin. But there are 7 billion people in the world, and so many of them are on Instagram. So like scarcity, like you cannot have a scarcity mindset. There are people that want to lose weight. They want to be healthier. They want to feel better about themselves. They want better, clearer skin. I just started taking hair, skin, nails again because I got like some nasty blemishes coming on. So numbers game. Kiana, you have anything to add to that? Confidence and finding customers?
Yeah, I would just say it takes just a lot of talking to people. And I think the more that you talk to people, you guys, it sucks when somebody says no. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never had somebody tell me no and I've been like, I received that. Like we just don't. Like being told no, like isn't really fun, but you're going to get a lot of no's. So if you know that now, it's easier when people are like, no, I'm okay. Because there's a really good, like one time I was at, Firehouse Sub and they're like, hey, do you want to donate $1 today? Do I care about donating it's $1? But my first initial response is, no, I'm okay. You know what I mean? So most people say, no, I'm okay to the first time that they hear something in general. So if you go out at Petco and they're like, hey, do you want to donate $1? You're like, oh, I'm okay. Like, no, I'm good, But then when I was in the line at Firehouse Sub, when I came around to the window, he was like, hey, do you want to round up your change today and we can donate it to so-and-so, whatever? And I'm like, I laughed and I was like, oh my God, sure. Like, I'll do that because it's not about the donating or the purchasing. It's just your first response is no. So if you can understand that and you can do a follow-up and you can talk to people more and, post more, talk to them more, follow up with them more, they're going to be more likely to say yes. And they're probably going to laugh and they're probably going to be like, okay, this girl's serious. Like maybe I should check it out. Just like I was to donating like 50 cents. You know what I mean? So that's just the way that I think of it. And like the more people you talk to, the more customers you sign over the long run, you'll be more confident. And then just like she said, just the self-development and, your self-development. That's all.
I love that analogy. That was so much better than mine. That's so true. So, and like sometimes you have to be asked multiple times because I feel like everywhere you go, they ask you if you want to round up or donate $1. And it's like every 5th or 10th time I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, just do it. Like, you've asked me, like, maybe you didn't ask me 10 times, but the person who asked me the 10th time, like, they got to reap the reward of that. So yeah, just keep asking. So something else, someone struggling with doing their daily list and staying motivated. Yeah, totally feel that. Um, Here's something that I used to do that I had to learn from, so I'll share it with you guys. I used to get on a bunch of Zooms all the time, which totally do that. But a leader would be like, I have this on my 6 list. I'm like, ooh, I like that. And someone else like, oh, I have this on my 6 list. I'm like, ooh, I like that. All of a sudden, I had like a 24 list. I'm like, how the frick am I supposed to do all? And they were so specific, like message someone this exact message 25 people every single day, like saying how much you love their hair color or like something stupid like that. I'm like, how am I supposed to find 25 people that I love their hair color? I'm not even looking at anybody's hair. So my list was getting like so big and so overwhelming, and an overwhelmed mind shuts down. So I wasn't doing anything. So if you are feeling overwhelmed in your own personal 6 list, find the things that first of all bring you joy, the things you actually really enjoy doing, but then also the things that are income producing. So I would say half and half. So find 3 things that you love to do. I love to interact on people's stories. I think it's so fun. I just literally love watching people's stories. I could watch them all day long. I don't know why. I think it's fun. I don't like the feed. I love stories. Something maybe I don't love doing but is income producing is messaging. So like just find your balance and just find 4 to 6 things. Find things that you can do every day and expand upon. So like my 6 list is actually a 4 list. And I could do it in 20 minutes every day. I could spend 5 minutes on each of those things. I don't. Usually it's an hour to 2 hours to 4 hours. But then it doesn't make me feel guilty on those days where I'm like, I literally only have 20 minutes today, and that's just going to have to work because the kids are crazy. My life is crazy. We all have lives. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with your 6 list, revamp your 6 list. If you're not feeling motivated, get on Zooms. Get on Zooms because someone's going to say something. You're going to be like, oh my God, that was what I need to hear in this exact moment. That was so inspired. And then you're just going to run with it. It's going to be amazing. Anything else?
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, you guys, like, I get on Zooms and host power hours so I can get my stuff done too. You know, so like I'm really big with like, I need accountability. Yeah, I can do it by myself, but it's so much more fun to do it together. So if you guys are like, oh, why has Kiana gone live every single day in the team chat? Well, it's so I can get myself fired up and to give other people value so I can work my business better. You know, so like motivation, I think sometimes is like a myth. You know, you either do it or you don't. Okay, you do it or you don't, and you decide to do it or you decide not to do it. You know, I can go and dance and get super jacked up, but does that mean that I'm like so pumped to send 100 messages? Some days yes, some days no, you know, but I still have to do it. And if it takes you getting on, you know, a call, like a guided power hour, or talking to somebody and being like, hey, can you help me with this conversation, or whatever it takes you to do, like, when I first got started, I found a buddy. My buddy was Jackie, and I talked to her every single day. That motivated me because I was like, dude, I have a friend that does this. If it's your upline and you need the motivation, talk to that person. If it's, you know, if you want a friend to get started this business, be like, hey, girl, I really want to do this business with you. We could literally work together every single day and then work with her every day, you know? So there's different ways to stay motivated, but your self-development is super, super key. Doing your 6 list, write it down, check it off, and then you get your 6 list done. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I have a 6 list. My dog, you guys, is legit trying to get on me. It's ridiculous. I used to hold him too much when he was a puppy. I can't imagine a child. I'm like, what am I going to do? God. Okay, but I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so, if you don't know what to do or how to get your 6 list done, either go to the team page because we're posting tasks. You check it off. Your mind knows, okay, I did that. Or if you need to write it down, check it while you go and look at it all day long and say, hey, did I do this? Because like Jackie said, you could spend 3 minutes on each task and be done for the day. You know, I think that we just like overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? But do you want to spend more time in your business? Yes, because you're going to yield more results. More results, more happiness. We all want results. So, yeah, that's all I got to say is just check it off and do whatever you can to stay motivated or pumped up, or look at your goals and what's your vision and like show up for that versus showing up to message. You know, like, how is this messaging going to help you reach your goal? That should be more of the mindset than, oh, I don't want to message, or, oh, I don't want to post today, you know?
Love that. Love that. So the next one was a little bit vague, but it said that they were struggling with recruiting. Actually, that's really vague. There's just so many different ways, and we all do it so different. So, like, this is a little repetitive, but hop on some Zooms. Like, if you mean recruiting LCs, getting LCs to sign up, go look up Jay Hooper and Ashley Mayfield and Morgan Martin. Those three are all like LC signing machines always. So I would go look them up on YouTube and just like start watching videos, and DT signing machines. I mean, they're both actually really good at both of them. They're both really good at everything in this entire business. They're just like my idols. I don't know. But I mean, like, find someone on YouTube. Like, if you're having a hard time recruiting, then just if you need to recruit LCs, look up a YouTube video about LCs. DTs, look it up on DTs. So, and everyone does it different. Some people recruit mostly through their stories, posts, messaging, post to post. There's so many different ways. You just got to find your vibe. So if you ask that question, just text me or Kiana directly, and we can like dig a little deeper into it, just because it's a really broad question. And then someone else said they're struggling with going live and putting your number on VIP text. Cool. Don't do either. You don't have to do either to succeed in this business. Whew. Just take a deep breath and be like, oh my God, I feel so good about this. No, but seriously, if you don't like going live, I hate going live. But you know what I don't mind doing so much is recording myself and then putting it up on IGTV. In IGTV, you can get a crap ton of views that a lot of people are going to start watching your stuff, and they're going to start watching your page. So if it's the live aspect of it, not so much the video aspect of it that is scaring you, just start recording videos. They do have to be up and down, and put it on your IGTV. They can be like 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. I do myself working out. I used to do like talking a lot in my car. I just sunglasses on, just like, here's my thought of the day. I'm just going to ramble on for 5 minutes. But like, people resonated with that. I signed so many distributors when I was doing that. So thank you for this question, because I'm going to start doing that again. Because when people can see your face and they can hear your voice and they know you're actually passionate and you're not just like, join my team, it's so great. Then they're like, okay, yeah, I want to join her team. It is so great. And then for the text messages, like, I think all of us felt weird in the beginning about putting our phone number out there. So if you feel like that's something you really want to do, I would start doing it in your posts, because that's a little less scary. I felt like, for me personally, I was like, in my post, text VIP to my number. And then once a couple months went by and like nobody tried to like send me dick pics to my phone and I felt comfortable putting my phone number out there, I was like, okay, like this is a safe space. It's fine. Like, it's just my phone. No, like, nobody can really like hurt you through your phone. But if you don't feel comfortable, don't put it out. Like, you don't have to. Like, that's not going to make or break your success. So take a deep breath. No, you don't have to do it, and move on. Hopefully that like helps you take a deep breath, because I'm like, whatever, that's so easy. That's the best question.
Okay, yeah, I got something too.
Let's hear it.
Just like Jackie said, like, I was nervous about putting my phone number, but like, I've never had somebody text me who's like a creeper or like a troll. Like, the people that text you are actually interested, which I like. I would rather people just text me, and I feel like it's like, oh, hey, they're there, you know? But on the going live thing, I don't really go live on Instagram, just because I don't like the way that it goes on the profile. I don't like that it goes like, I just don't like it. I feel like I don't get as many views on my story. But I do like going live on Facebook. And the first time, you guys, I went live, I was legit trembling. Okay. So like, it's okay to feel scared, but just like Jack said, you don't have to do it. But it's okay to be really nervous, because sometimes still, like, you guys, I'll literally sit in my apartment and I'll look at Shamanika and I'll be like, babe, can I do this? What should I go live about? Oh my God, I'm so nervous. What am I going to say? But then I get on live and I like it. Okay. And like, I feel like now I'm getting better at it. But when I started this almost 2 years ago, I was shaking. Like, I would have never gone live in my life. Like, I thought going live was like for the birds. Like, I was like, oh heck no, like, that's terrifying. There's no way I would ever do that. And now I like it. So you don't have to do it to be successful, but if it scares you, maybe you should just try it, because you're going to fumble. You guys, I say stupid stuff all the time. Like, the other day I said something about I'm ratchet. And like, after someone said that, like, they were like, oh, that's so funny you said you're ratchet. Like, I was embarrassed. I don't know why, but like, you say things, but like, who cares? You know, I mess up. Like, I've been going live about the celery challenge. I don't know the benefits of celery. I just keep saying, Google them. I'm so tired. I can't think of all of them. and then I keep going. Okay. So like, and I have someone ordering celery right now. So like, that's bomb. But yeah, so just try it. If you don't know, you know, if you're scared, that's okay. Maybe try it like a couple times, try to get familiar with it, but you don't have to do it just like Jackie said. But it does get better. Just like everything in this business, it all gets better.
Yes. Okay, the next one, they are struggling with people not answering their messages when they send 100 at a time. Girl, preach. Keep sending them. Who was it? I think it was Jade Hooper. Someone did a really great video the other day. It was Jade Hooper, and I'm probably going to botch it, but she was like, you know, the best part about when you message someone, and she even said, she's like, when I message someone, I 100% do not expect them to answer me. So maybe if you're sending 100 messages and you're not getting something back and it's a big struggle for you, don't expect anyone to text you back. Like, I mean, and that sounds a little redundant, but she said that the reason why she messages people is, first of all, it's just knocking on their door. But the second thing is when you message someone, you can see if they've posted on their story. So she said every time she sends out her 100, 200, 300 messages, her story views go up by 1 to 300 because people are like, who's this creeper asking me to be on her team? What is this shit? And then they click on the story box because it's like all highlighted. Like Instagram wants you to spend time on it. So it makes it like really appeasing. And so then they click on your story and they're like, oh, she's so cute. Look at her dog. Look at her kid. Look at this. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, that's that business she was texting me about. Okay, this, that, and the other, right? So if people aren't answering you, that's totally normal. And hopefully they're at least just watching your story and getting to know you better. You got anything on that? I mean, it's just normal. It just happens. And it kind of sucks. And sometimes we'll go through spurts. And then sometimes we'll go through spurts where you message 20 people and 18 of them message you back. And like 18 of them are super excited. So like, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's not like a regular job where you like put in the 100 messages and you get the reward. Like, no, like you just put in a lot of time and effort and then the reward comes over time.
Yeah. Also, what I was going to say too is, you can also try to switch up the time of day that you're messaging, because I was messaging a lot at night, which worked for me really, really well back in the day, but I wasn't getting as many responses as I normally would wake up to. So I don't know if my demographic changed. I don't know if it's because it's the summer. I don't really know what's going on, but I switched to messaging in the morning. So like little things like that, I think that we don't think about, number one. But like Jackie said, like you're not messaging necessarily to get a response. Just for example, like I know when I don't put in enough messaging or I'm not adding enough new people, because normally my stories views, which I'm not saying like, oh, that's a lot, like they could be a lot better, will be between like 600 and 700. Okay. But if I'm not doing enough following and if I'm not planting enough seeds, my views go to 200. Okay. So that's a big difference of people seeing your stuff. So if you're not messaging and you're not reaching out, people aren't going to your page and you're not picking up the traffic from your page, because all that you're doing is you're saying like, hey girl, just want to see this. They're going to look at your page. That they're going to do just like that Jackie says, like, oh, this girl's cool. This girl's whatever. They're going to keep watching your page. They probably won't respond back to that message, which is fine. But what I've also been finding too is like, switch it up. I'm like a switch it up queen. Okay. Like, try something that's going to get you more excited. Post to post for me on Instagram is so exciting for me. And I'm doing that as a follow-up. So I'm just sending, hey girl, hey girl, it's me again or whatever. I love your page. I'm not going to ask you to buy anything, but could you do me a favor? LOL. That's what I say. And they're like, sure, what's your favor? And I'm like, hey, do you mind posting for me? I'll also be able to enter you into our 250 giveaway. We're going for a huge promotion. It would really help me out. People are posting for me all day freaking long, and that's easy. And then I build rapport with them. They do me a favor, and then they like me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the name of the game. You try new stuff, but if you ever have questions, ask us. We can help you with different messages. We can help you with ideas. And it's okay to get like 1 to 6 responses, but maybe it's also your message. So you have to have the right tools and you have to put in the right amount of action. But just ask us so we can help you do that. But yeah, so it really is planting seeds, and that's basically it. Oh, I signed a customer today from a year ago. I messaged her August 2018. Woo! 1 year ago this month, and I signed her up. Y'all, if I would have quit, or if I would have stopped following up, or if I would have stopped posting, I would have never signed this chick. And like, I'm excited about it. Like, why wouldn't I want to sign somebody? Duh. A year ago and I reap my harvest. That means there's going to be a lot of people coming now, because I planted a lot of seeds a year ago.
Dang, that's awesome. This is kind of the same topic, so maybe you can touch on it first. But what about messaging? This person's struggling with messaging because people have been rude.
Um, well, okay, the whole rude thing, this really honestly, I feel like goes back to your mindset, which people say this all the time. And like, I would shrug my shoulders and roll my eyes and be like, yeah, whatever. Like, no, you don't get it, you know? But if you believe in the business and in the products, people are not going to be rude to you. Does that make sense? Like, it would be like you walking down the street, okay? If you're walking down the street and you're so confident and you're smiling and you have a cute outfit on and you're not looking around and seeing what everyone else is doing, people aren't going to say anything. People are going to be like, oh, girl, you look good. Or, oh, you look nice. Or, oh, like, oh, they'll just notice your presence, right? But if you're walking down the street and you look, I wouldn't say like a bum, but, you know, like you have a bun in, you don't really feel your best. You're like, you know, when people look at you, you're looking away. Like the aura that people are going to get from you is like, she's not confident. She doesn't seem like she has much going on. I don't understand what she's trying to convey to me. Like, you know what I mean? If you're looking at people and then you look away, people are going to be like, what the hell is this girl doing? You know? So it's the same thing with your business. If you're showing up for your business, you're making really good posts, you're excited, you're using the products, and you're talking to people in a way that you're actually conveying how excited you are, they're going to be excited. You know, like my messaging is like extra peppy because I'm already kind of peppy. But make the message sound like you, but like also believe in the products and believe what this opportunity can do. And I think that's a hard thing to like actually sit down and get in your head and understand is that number one, like I said, August game plan, are you using the products, right? Do you know where you're going? Do you know what's coming next for you? Do you know what your actual goal is? Because those two things, it's hard to convey to other people if you don't know that. If you don't find a product you're obsessed with, you guys, I could sell keto coffee all day because I love it. I drink it every single day. You know what I mean? So just like get intentional. Do I love the products? Am I excited about them? And can people tell that? And where am I going so I can convey that I have a goal? Because people go and look at your page. You might get a rude response because then they go look at your page and they're like, wait, what is this girl even trying to do? Like this is weird, you know? So that's all I have to kind of say about it. But hey, I still get people that are rude sometimes too. You're always going to get haters. It's just the name of the game. But if it's happening all the time, it might just be the way that you're showing up, and your mindset on the business. So it can be a tricky thing to try to switch, but as long as you're intentional, you can do it, and people are going to start respecting like your messages more. Does that make sense? That's all.
Totally. I think it's Ashley maybe. Shade that always before she messages, like she always says like a mantra or something before she messages. And like it's funny because she's never told me that, but I've been on Zooms with her and I've heard her say it out loud. And I don't know what it is, but maybe find your own. So like if you're having a problem with people saying MLM's a scam, then maybe say to yourself, this business is absolutely incredible and I am going to find someone today who needs this opportunity and I am going to help them. So like you have that like sense of empowerment before you send the message. But yeah, I'd say the exact same thing as Kiana. A lot of it's energy. And it's so funny because it's so stupid sometimes you think to talk about energy. Like I literally just had a situation with my husband where he told me something and I'm like, yeah, I knew that. I've been feeling some really awful energy for the past like 2 weeks. And it's funny because he's like, how did you feel that? Like, it wasn't anything bad. Like, he didn't sleep with anyone or anything. I don't want it to sound like Jeff did something crazy. But, you know, it was just one of those things where I'm like, no, I knew that something was bothering me because, like, I could feel the energy in the house. When I walked into the house, I could feel the energy. And so, like, it seems like a weird thing to talk about and a little woo-woo, but it's so true. Yeah, I think Kiana covered it perfectly. And sorry you're getting rude messages. Try to laugh it off and move on. Like, we all get rude messages. Kiana got
I think that
crazy rude message. Like, someone like, was kind of like catfish the other day.
I used to
You know,
crazy.
that's what they're going to do with their lives. That's what they're going to do. And, like, the fact that they're putting negative energy in the world is what they've decided to do. So,
You guys, I used to get the most wild messages, but then I just blocked people. Like, I used to send screenshots and be like, y'all, is this person for real? Like, what? I got a weird message like a week ago, and I was like, this chick is wild, bro. But, like, it's fine. Like, you're going to get people like that, which is cool. But just make sure if it's happening a lot, like, try to figure it out. So
But you'll get to the point, like, I think it's funny because when me and Kiana talk about it, I'm like, I don't even know, like, any rude messages people send me. But I think it's just because you do get to a point where you know your truth so fully and you know what this business has done for you, either physically or financially or friendships or whatever, that, like, it just doesn't even bother you because you're like, that's just not true. So I'm just going to move on. So there's that. The last one was about they're struggling with keeping customers after 3 months.
hashtag same. So
Retention. Okay, so I bought some products from a Monet girl like 3 weeks ago, and her follow-up game is so strong, y'all. She texts me once a week, and every time I tell her the same thing, she's like, hey girl, how's your hair feeling? And she usually replies to my story, which tells me she's watching my stories. So you just got to find probably like a follow-up way that's going to work for you. I'm assuming she puts all of her customers in an Instagram category, and then she watches the stories like on a certain day of the month. And literally that's all she said. Hey girl, how's your hair going? She doesn't even have to look up what products she sold me. They're all hair products. Like, you know what I mean? So you just reach out and say, hey girl, how's the product going? How you liking the product? You can just reply to people's stories. How you liking it? How's everything going? Like, they're going to know what you're talking about, even if you might not like know exactly what they ordered. So that's how she's been reaching out to me. She just literally, yeah, how you feeling, girl? That's perfect. Hey girl, how you feeling? Gold. Just reply to their story. And she literally does it once a week, which, like, you would think is obsessive, but I'm like, it's just good to know I can reach back out to her. So I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of thinking about their lash serum. So, like, I'll put in another order. So I would just say if you're having problems keeping customers after the 3 months, one thing totally changed the game. And then we got to kind of wrap this up because I had one other thing I want to talk about. Okay. One thing really helped me get into a better mindset with customers. And I did this about 2 years ago when I started. Instead of saying it was a 3-month auto ship, I started saying it was a 6-month auto ship. Because what do they care? They don't know the difference. So I actually made a post and I said, hey everyone, I'm doing a weight loss challenge. I can post it in the messenger group. I said, I'm doing a weight loss challenge. It's going to be so fun. For those of you that don't know, any customer that stays on for 6 months automatically gets a $50 shopping spree plus 10% back of everything they earned. So on average, it came out at that point, my personal sales, they were getting about $75 to $100 if they stayed on for 6 months with me. So the post went, I'm starting a new fitness group. I'm so excited. It's going to be 6 months. And at the end, everyone's getting $100 shopping spree. And then when people reached out to me about the products, instead of saying, oh yeah, it's a 3-month auto ship, I was just like, oh yeah, it's a 6-month auto ship. Or I just said, it's an auto ship. And once you hit the 6-month mark, you're going to get $75 back, or you can do the math depending on what they're getting. So that helps those customers certainly stay on longer. I think they all stayed on for a year to 2, but it helps me get my mindset right where I'm like, hey, these aren't, sometimes I think we just think this is just a 3-month customer. Just get this order and let's just go. Let's just go. And it's like, okay, no, I'm going to spend the next half of a year with this person. Now this is a person and not just a fast start or a customer or whatever. It just helps me get my mind right. So that might be a good idea for getting your mind right to getting the customers to stick around. You guys had a lot of really good questions. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to go over super fast before the family call, because we're about to freaking go over this thing, but he's always late. So I think we've got about 4 minutes. The reason why I asked you those questions at the bottom, what are you going to do with your next $1,000 and the next and the next, is because something really helped me a while back when I realized this. Money, when I started thinking about money like a relationship, my money started tripling and quadrupling by the day. And then I had so much money, it was super easy to have a really healthy money mindset because I'm like, oh, I got all this money. Like, it's great. Like, how could I have a poor money mindset if I got all this money in the bank? And, you know, and then like sometimes the money goes away and God's like, hey, let's get humble a little bit here. Let's not be such a prideful little twat. So, sorry. My mom hates it when I use that word. I'm sorry. This really helped me, and I realized that I was doing it today, but I read something that said, treat your money as if you're in a relationship with it. So how would your spouse feel if you only loved it when it showed up for you in a good way? Or like, how would they feel if you love them when they came home, but you were always bitching at them when they left. And the reference they were making is like paying your bills. So today I had to pay a $100 unexpected bill, and I was ticked about it. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to pay for this. I don't have money for this. Like, all these negative money thoughts went through my head. And that's when I kind of stopped myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I should feel blessed that I have the opportunity to spend this money, and it was actually a gift for someone. So I shouldn't have been being nasty about it. I'm like, I should feel blessed that I have this opportunity to give this $100, even though it was unexpected and it's cutting me closer than I want it to cut it. And that's kind of what they were getting at. So like, if you're always angry or frustrated or stressed when you have unexpected bills and when the money's going out, when the spouse is leaving your house, and you only love them when they're coming home and they're coming in and they're actually doing something for you, like, they're not going to want to stick around, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what husband's going to want to stick around if you're like, freaking hate you, have a freaking awful day at your job, bye, and then you come home and you're nice to him, right? Like, that's like schizophrenic. I don't know. It's just not great, right? And so money wants a place to be. Money wants a place to call home. Money wants to know that it's comfortable with you when it's flowing to you and when it's not flowing to you as quickly. And it sounds a little woo-woo, but if you can actually think about where you're going to put your money when it comes in, have a home for it. Have its side of the bed. It's on the left side of the bed. Like, if you had a boyfriend or girlfriend and whenever they came to spend the night, you were like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could sleep on the freaking chair. I don't even know what to do with you now that you're here. I've been wanting you here for so long, and now you're here, and like, I don't sleep on the chair. It's not going to want to come back. And so you got to just think like really intentionally where you're going to put the money when you get it. Money wants a home. And so a lot of you guys said pay off debt. Cool. This is a little bit messy, but I had pay off debt too. But sometimes like that's such an abstract thought. So I recently wrote down a debt tracker. If yours is saving money, write down a savings tracker. If yours is paying for your rent, think about how incredibly blessed you are to be able to trade your time and finances with having a roof over your head. It has to be more than just, I'm writing my rent check again. I'm writing my water check again. No. Oh my God, what a blessing. I only have to pay $60 to pee in a toilet and have warm showers every day. That's freaking amazing. Oh my God, what a blessing. I only have to pay $1,600 to have a roof over my head and to have heat and electricity and all that thing. So I really want you guys to get so intentional about where the money's going to go once you get it, because once you do, it'll start flowing so much faster. And once you start literally praising your bills, I literally used to jump up and down with my bills, so excited for the service I was getting instead of, and my car payment again. No, dude, I get to drive all around town for $400 a month. That's dope. My car's sick. I love her. She's a little sexy beast. It's great. Like, you gotta think about that part, not just the bill part. And it'll start flowing faster. So that's just like a little money. I love money mindset. I love you guys all so much. This is such a good Zoom. I'm like so fired up. Kiana, any last words?
Yeah, I have a money mindset thing that I feel like I've learned is that, well, especially going to like the conferences and stuff, is like what we all want is freedom, right? We all want the freedom to be able to spend more time with our friends, to spend more time with our family, to pay our bills with ease, to go on a trip if we want to. Like, we want that freedom. And a huge part of it is just attracting that to you. It's showing up to be able to get to that level of freedom. And I know that like Jackie's like the bomb with money mindset. But like a good thing with money mindset too is like, if you like people, it was funny at the conference, but it was basically saying like, Grant Cardone was like, you're walking around with all these like name brands, Louis Vuitton, like people that like you don't even know, and you're walking around with their names on them. And like, I think it is easy that once you start making money to want to spend the money, right? I'm not saying that you have to hold on to it and save it and like be in a bad mindset, but at the same time, think about the things that are valuable to you and how that income can help get you more towards your freedom. Does that make sense? Instead of just being like, okay, well, I feel like I've blown every $100 fast start I get. I'm like, there's $100, let's go. Instead of saving $100. Does that make sense? Or storing it for a later time. Does that make sense? So like, I've learned that, don't have much time left, but I learned that. And like, it's about the freedom and it's about the creation. And it's about getting to where you want to go, not so much always spending as soon as you receive, you know, because if you're just spending when you have the money, then you're not going to be getting as much money. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's kind of weird. We could probably talk about it more, but that's just what I learned. So yeah, I love money. You got to do great things with it.
Sorry, my Zoom has a 40-minute cap, so it's literally about to end in like 2.5 seconds. But if y'all want to watch the family call together, we can go over to Carrie's Zoom and do that. I love you guys all so much. Thanks for hopping on. I'm so excited for this month. Like, thanks for a great August kickoff, and like, let's crush it. Thanks to everybody for answering the polls too. That was great. Bye.